Welcome back to Undefined Behaviour, a showcase and speedrunning marathon centered around queering games and queerness in games. I am your current host, Scala Kitty, welcoming y'all back. For this marathon, we are exploring glitchy, unusual, and marathon unsafe runs, as well as adjacent and related queer gaming content. We queer games when we reject limits and rules, and when we play in atypical ways, and when we read diversity into the stories and themes. So this is the very first Undefined Behavior Marathon, and we're so excited to share all these games and showcases with you. Up next, we have Roll Chan for Buster Only, which is going to be run by DragonMetalQueen, and we also have Looking Toad here for us on the commentary.
Hey.
So y'all want to introduce this game to us?
Well, let me start with, like she said, I am DragonMetalQueen. I have recently got the status of the Buster Only Queen, so most of everything Mega Man related I do Buster Only. And with this game, Looking Toad has been my mentor through it, and it was taught to me by the great Kame Singing, who literally does everything, the classics, the X, and the Zero series Buster Only. So, for Looking Toad, I wouldn't be into this game as much as I am nowadays.
Thank you. And I am Looking Toad. I am very lucky to have the opportunity to be here and do some commentary for this run, which is going to be great. DragonMetalQueen has been putting in so much work into Buster Only across all the different games that she does, as she had mentioned, and particularly in Rockman 4, she's done a lot with Kame. You could catch her online all the time putting work into this game. So I'm very excited. I feel very lucky to be here to be able to talk about it. It'll be a treat for me too, actually, because I'm not as familiar with Buster Only as I am with the 80% route. For those of you that don't know, by the way, hi, I'm Looking Toad and I play this game also. I'm very excited to see the run and to talk about it. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Before we get started, though, I just want to very quickly give a small update. Thanks to Rubash with that $16 donation, we have reached 1K hype! So thank you all very, very much for your wonderful generosity. All this money is going right straight to the Trevor Project, and we couldn't do this without all y'all. So thank you all so much. And I think we should celebrate with some Mega Man times.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can we get some hype in the chat, please?
Woo! That one person in the background, way far away, hype, like distant, like.
So I guess how we're going to do this is, Toad, would you give the honors to do the countdown?
Oh yeah, sure. Are you ready?
I am ready and will be muted.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. Here we go. We're doing Pharaoh first. Pharaoh first is what you see in the 80% route as well. Pharaoh's a tricky stage, but the main reason we head here is to get the balloon, and unfortunately there's a little pit between us and the balloon that is infamous for killing many a run. So with Buster Only, because there is no route set based on weapon usage, because you're just using Buster, a lot of stages are basically picked on runner preference based on difficulty and like how often they're likely to lose a run. So if, for instance, that's exactly what can happen, is you can fall in that pit that's between you and balloons. So it's a bit of a bummer when it happens, but it's not a complete heartbreak. Especially with Buster Only, like you're limited to having to use it. So the balloon ends up being used only in a few places, and it doesn't change the route in a major way. In our case, as you can see, we have Roll Chan in the game versus Rock. It's a cosmetic hack, so there's not too much to the core gameplay being changed here, other than some sprites being cleaned up, a little shinier here and there. Maybe a few enemies do some different animations. And then we get Tango instead of Rush, which is super cool, because Tango's way cute. Tango's the cat that you see in the Game Boy games, so that's pretty... Ooh, very nice save by DMQ there. Lots of tricky spots in this stage where you can get caught with these platforms. There's a lot of very particular movement, a lot of mashing, which you're going to see, I mean, quite a bit, because it's Buster Only, which is completely foreign to me. I mean, I don't want to say completely, but it's just been so long since I've done it, so I'm very excited to see what we got. Pharaoh is a bit of a joker. He does three things. He can either jump around all crazy like he did there, shoot a big old charge shot like he's doing there, or he'll try to jump to your location and land on you. Uh-oh, taking a quick kill from Pharaoh. Thankfully, in Mega Man games, boss deaths aren't too huge of a hit because of you get to start right back at the door, so not too bad. Something you'll see a lot as well is contact damage is huge in this game. Pharaoh is the only one who does less damage at 6 damage when he touches you, which is still a crazy amount of damage. All the other bosses do 8 damage, which is just absolutely insane. So we're just trying to make some quick work of Pharaoh here. When he's doing that, those charge shots, they're really easy to dodge. So even like if you're playing the game casually, like when he does that, it's ideal because it's pretty easy to pick up on his rhythm with that. So Pharaoh's gone. Got him out of the way. We're gonna collect our energy, head out of the stage. Really good sprite work here. Pharaoh shot. And I like how her little ribbon changes. Very cool. Next we're going into Bright. Bright is also the second stage in the any percent route. With the any percent run, you take Pharaoh's weapon and the balloon in here to do some time saves that you normally wouldn't see during casual play. And with Buster only too, it's not too bad of a stage, because the other route that you commonly see for any percent is Break first, which is, of course, would be Buster only 2 as the first stage in the game. And so, for those of you that don't know Mega Man at all, like, what you have is you have 8 bosses, and you gotta go and collect their weapon from all of them, and the different bosses are weak to each other. However, because DMQ is just hardcore, she's doing Buster only, and so we're going against them, just a trusty lemon shooter. So something too that Mega Man 4 is infamous for is lag. The Mega Man games are just a little too tough on the NES, so you'll see the game slow down a bit. So lag mitigation's a thing in this game. Usually by trying to get enemies off screen as soon as you can. It's all the sprites on the screen that cause it to get all loopy. So usually you're trying to kill enemies to get them off screen as soon as you can, or you're trying to limit your shots on screen, or you're trying to collect drops immediately so they're not slowing down the game terribly. So shout out to Wolf, thank you for the raid, and hello to all the familiar faces, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Moonblaze Wolf, who will be hosting tomorrow.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Awesome. Cool, so we're going across these platforms here. It's a pretty scary stage, casually. Also, if you need to interrupt me for anything, please do. That's totally fine, because I'll probably just keep, like, stream of consciousness talking if you don't. So. Uh-oh, that's the game genie! Busted! No, I don't know why, but I alwa's like, anytime anything goes wrong, I'm like, ups, the game genie. Got him. So we're trying to make sure Brightman, if you've played this game before, he'll freeze you, which is awful, because you can't do anything, and he'll either do one of the two things that he does, where he'll either jump into you, or he'll start shooting you. So you're basically guaranteed to get hit. But he only freezes you at certain health values, 16, 8, and 4. So for those of you that have played this game, here's a quick little baby tip. If you go in and you're trying to use that Toadman weapon on him, shoot him with 1 lemon first, and then switch to Toad, and then he will never freeze you. So DMQ did a great job of dispatching breaks. We're moving on to Ring. Ring is just a crazy stage. Also, yeah, we do have that little cursor. I don't know if that's on your end, DMQ, if you're able to move the mouse, like maybe between the next stage. That's what Amethyst was pointing out. But so this stage is just super annoying, whether you're speedrunning it or playing it, because it has just a million mini bosses. And I don't know who decided at Capcom that they're like, that'd be hilarious, but that's what we get. Fun stage though, like many stages in this game that are difficult. When they go right, they're really fun. But it's just that they often give you trouble. Aesthetically, though, the Ringman stage is really cool. I like what they did. I feel like there's a lot of really goofy bosses in 4. I think by 4 is when, with the Robot Masters, they were like, okay, whatever, we don't know what to do. I mean, in 3 they had Snake Man, which was kind of already pushing it a little bit, but by 4 we just get these really goofy bosses. But I think that the Ringman stage with the rings and the space and everything, they did pretty good. DMQ's getting that health. This stage can be extremely punishing with lots of deboosting. It's very tightly routed. The only other stage that's as tightly routed, I would say, is probably Cossack 2, which we'll see later. DMQ just shooting one of the first mini-boss, or the second, rather, because there's the Hippo, and now we get the third one coming up here. Yeah, her hairbow changes when you get a new weapon. It's amazing. It's Buster only, so we're not going to see all the cool costumes, too. I mean, it's really just a palette change, but some of them are really cute, like her Skullman dress. It's pretty cute. So going through this screen is very challenging. It takes a while to get down because there's just so much stuff that's happening, and slip-ups in the movement can really slow you down. DMQ's moving on through, taking quick deboost, and then we're getting to Ringman. Ringman, famously, when you play this game casually, is just awful. It's just, like, a lot of people find him to be really punishing. I would say if you want to learn to fight him without attacking him. Just learn to jump over all his stuff, and you'll find that he's actually pretty predictable. And you'll see here that DMQ is going to get a good rhythm for basically avoiding what he's going to do the whole fight. And as a matter of fact, in the run with the weapons, when you're fighting him with Pharaoh, it's the same fight every single time. It's consistent, and as you can see here, no problem for DMQ. Just doing the dishes over here. No big deal. Getting out of the stage. All right. So moving on ahead here, doing pretty good. In the any percent run, the weapons do a lot to make the game very convenient. In some ways, I would say that it's even easier than the casual run. In Mega Man games in particular, I think that there's a lot of things you can learn from the speedrun that aren't that hard to do that make the game casually even way easier. Unfortunately for DMQ, she has none of that. She's doing Buster only, so we'll get to see all the really tough stuff you gotta do to keep the route fast without some of the interesting weapons. And it ain't easy, especially this stage. This is the stage that's just infamous for being a death trap. I mean, you can see the game slowing down here terribly, so that we call it the lag room. And the improv room. There's so much stuff that can just happen in here that's not good, that you have to try to come back from. Woo. DMQ making it work, though, getting through. All these ladybugs for her trouble. Oof. Okay, going into the Crusher room, which is famous for also killing many. Some stages there's not too many ways to die, but like tons of ways to go slow. So much so that you're going so slow you might as well have died a couple times. Oh no, getting the squish! Thankfully we have the checkpoints, so it's not too huge of a setback. We're going through. Yeah, pretty much every screen in this, almost every screen in this stage is just out to kill you horribly. Oh no! Crusher's here, giving us a little trouble. DMQ making it through though. Put the Met up in a funny position. There's some interesting zips you can see in this game. Unlike, okay, so by this game, I think Capcom kind of picked up that everybody was doing all the zips and stuff that they do, and that you see in Mega Man 1 and 2. But we managed to find at least one that you see in the run. It involves using the balloon though. So you won't see it in this run, but it's interesting to me just this idea that they tried so hard to prevent people from doing it. They still found a way to get around the way the game is made to make it happen. Alright, entering into Dustman, and okay. So this joke I'm about to tell you, it's pretty high end here, so I mean if you don't get it, that's fine, don't feel bad. But we like to say that Dustman sucks. Get it? Because he's like a vacuum guy and he sucks with his head, but also he's bad and we hate him. So that's an original joke. Do not steal. If you do say that joke, you have to credit me to. You have to be like, that's Toad's joke, by the way. Just
have to link back to your DeviantArt.
Yes. To my DeviantArt. Oh my gosh, that's some deep lore right there. Oof. Oh man. All right. Well, Dustman's gone. We took him out. Got the Dust Crusher. Now we're heading into Skullman, who has the power of bones. So, yeah. And this stage is pretty fun. Dad joke, yeah. I'm full of these horrible jokes. I have really good bad jokes, and then lots of fortune cookie wisdoms. I like that's my special power in life. Is I have dad energy all the time. Insert Sam's joke. Yeah, there you go. That's about my speed. So, cruising on through Skullman stage, pretty interesting stage. It's also got a really good aesthetic, but I guess it's not too hard to take a boss based on bones and just throw bones everywhere. But I gotta say, I do love the cute and adorable Mega Man future where everything is also capable of great violence at the same time that it is adorable. They're almost proportional to each other. The cuter it is, the more likely it is to hurt you in the Mega Man universe. But I also love how fashionable the designers are. Like, for instance, Dr. Wily, like in Mega Man 11, like he has that dream and he wakes up and he's in these really cute Skullman pajamas, and you're just like, okay, this guy's he's trying to destroy the world in a horrible way, but he's also, you know, gotta be cute when he's sleeping. So, but I get that. That's a thing. Donate your best jokes. Oh, here we go. Here, you want it? Here, I'll throw another one. Uncle Toad, throw another goofy joke your way. You ready for this one?
Absolutely.
All right. So pies in the Bahamas are $1.50, and pies in Jamaica are $3.50. These are the pie rates of the Caribbean. Boom. Yeah, that one's brutal.
My favorite simple dad joke is my favorite hobby is that I like to give away dead batteries free of charge.
Oh no! My favorite parent hack is that you just tell all the kids that the ice cream truck only plays music when it's out of ice cream. It's like, never.
No!
I know, isn't that evil? Oh my gosh.
Chat has turned against me. I'm doing a good
that.
job as a host.
We can stop this stream right now. I will turn this stream right around. We have jokes at home. We don't need these jokes.
No! I'm the one in the corner going, McDonald's, 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 except it's dad jokes, dad jokes, dad jokes.
Oh no. Jeez. So, good job, DMQ. Poor DMQ's like, I'm trying to play games over here, you guys. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, good job with Skullman. Heading into Dive Man, okay. So far this route is almost exactly like any percent. Oh no, here come the emotes of judgment. Oh.
They're judging me with an emote that I created, and that's okay.
The power's been turned against me. What have I brought into the world? No. It's funny. This stage is atrocious for movement. They decided for some reason that if you had like a tile in front of you, you can't jump out of a slide, including water. So if you try to jump out of these slides off ledges and stuff, you will die, unfortunately. So you have to cancel, which is a feature of Mega Man 6. But the stage other than that is pretty straightforward. Oh, we got shoved. Who let you in here? Got him. I'm just kidding. I shoved it. So there's Eddie, good old Eddie, trying their best. Get wrecked, Shovda. We love Shovda. So brief story about Shovda. I met Shovda at GDQ due to a friend that I have that knew Shovda from like high school days, and she was like, "Hey, let's go meet this Kaiser runner." It's like I've known them for like forever. I was like, "Okay, cool." And I went down there, and they were like, "Hello, I am Shovda, the legend." I'm like, "Oh, Okay, alright, okay, so this is happening, and then Shovda gave me the good ol' Shovda squeeze. Got that big ol' hug on picture somewhere. So, and I haven't showered since. And that's the story.
I started laughing and then realized that my mic was muted and you cannot hear the laugh.
I laugh
And
on
that's-
the inside.
No, Chad deserves the laughter.
Oh. Here's Dive Man being a Dive Man. Dive Man is unfortunate. A lot of people don't even like to fight Dive Man with Dive Man's weakness because it's the Skull Shield, which is, you know, it's a shield that surrounds your body, and Dive Man is famous for diving literally right into you like a bull. So it's pretty difficult to fight him, even with his weakness. So making it through though, doing the thing, ain't no thing. I rhymed thing with thing. I'm really good at words. So. Alright. You got dive missile. Little turquoise bow. Roll's like, I don't feel like weapons. That's for jokers. Here we go, Drill Man.
Let me know when we have a good opportunity for a donation.
We do, because Drill Man's stage is just the worst. So.
Great! We'll fill that space with donations. Fantastic. No, we got one from the wonderful Margaret Ann, who says, in parentheses, like, I guess I'm supposed to be reading out, like, she wrote me a whole little, like, play to read. This is fantastic. I'll do my best to do right by you, Margie. So, Darth Vader. Luke, I know what I'm getting you for your birthday. Luke, what? How could you know that? Darth Vader's just like, I felt your presence.
Oh, no.
And then there's just like a wall of smiley emojis.
I find your lack of humor disturbing.
Anyway, that went to our incentive for Sayonara Wild Hearts to do cutscene %. If you have never seen Sayonara Wild Hearts, it is an absolutely gorgeous game, and it is beautifully queer as well. And you want to see all those super duper cool cutscenes. Also, I have additionally going to that incentive $5 from Leggy Starscream, who says, so, how do we know that this game isn't made by Decepticons? Because we transform and roll out! Shoutouts to everyone's help. Donation goes to naming the Celeste file name Stella, and I actually will update that as well. Okay, no, it's already been updated because y'all are too fast. Fantastic. Yeah, we do have that incentive coming up for the Celeste file name. That game is going to be starting right before 7 o'clock. Right now, your options are... We've got $10 for Massey and $5 for Stella. If you want to change that, you know what to do, chat.
Get those dollarinos in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! The infamous Pit of Doom. This is a... Drill Man, like I said earlier, Drill Man's a horrible stage. Like, it's brutal. It is one of those stages, like a lot of them, where you have to... If it goes right, you're pretty pleased. Pleased as punch. But when it goes wrong, you're not very happy. So... But taking another crack at it, gonna make it on through here. Cruising on through. That last screen is just really horrible, especially Buster only. So with the last 3 8 Robo stages in any %, you have the Flash Stopper Brights weapon, and it has a glitch in this game where the timer for the screen to unfreeze after you freeze it does not go down if you're sliding, which is as broken as it sounds. Normally it runs out after 5 seconds, but basically you can freeze the screen, still use your Buster, and if your movement's good, you can just extend the freeze throughout the whole screen. So you literally, in any % switch to that power at the beginning of this stage, and you stay on it till when you're in the boss room with Drill Man himself. So, doing this Buster only is no small feat. This might be one of the most annoying stages, Buster only, I would assume. Especially from that last room. which has all these boulders falling on you. Like, it's just the worst. So, but yeah.
Since we're doing a bit of backtracking, can I read another donation?
Oh yeah, totally.
Awesome. So this comes from Invenerable, who is a dear friend, and therefore knows all the weirdest things to request of me. So I am requested that I have to not only read dad jokes, but read dad jokes as a snake.
Snake Dad enters chat?
Snake Dad time! So here you go. In which river are you sure to find snakes? The Mississippi River. What do you call a snake who works for the government? A civil serpent. And how does a snake shoot something? With a boa and arrow.
No. Love it. You gotta be like, stay out of my room, Dad. We're playing Silent Hill. No one wants to hear your stupid jokes.
Are you winning, son?
Stop. I love it. Gosh. Oh, so good. It's funny. Oh, this is Drill Man, by the way. He's like known as the worst boss because he can dive at any time like that, and it wastes 4 seconds every time he does, and there's no way to stop him. Unlike Duskman, who you can bonk with your body to stop it. You can't. So. I'm just gonna be like, it's gonna be like 2 a.m. I'm gonna be lying awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about Snake Dad telling bad jokes. Like, like why?
It's a running joke amongst my friends about the whole thing.
Okay.
With the snake voice. So don't even worry about it. It's fine.
I'm already bewildered the first time hearing it. I'm already like, oh my god, I'm already down for Snake Dad. This is a good timeline I live in where this is my life. I already know about this.
I'll just give a very quick background. It's super duper short. Basically, during a previous marathon, I was hosting, and in sort of just, shooting the breeze with my friends, I brought up the fact that, oh yeah, I used to do, like, amateur, voice actor stuff, and one of the strangest things I had to do was I played a snake.
Okay.
And then, I did a very short, example of what the snake voice sounded like, and my poor friend Von Yvonne, who was busy running, literally almost died laughing. like he almost crashed the run.
Oh
and
God.
Since then, the power of snake voice has followed me.
I see.
So.
It's a power too great.
Too great, too much. It must only be used, very judiciously.
No one can get close to me. The power of Snake Dad is too dangerous. For the ones I love.
Also, because I should be doing my actual job, we have $15 from Ikuyo, who says, "Hi! Excited to be part of this marathon. Thank you so much for making this event happen, and looking forward to every run. Now though, I got some fangirling to do, naming the Celeste farewell file as Lena. So thank you so much for that." Also, we got $5 from Toadman that simply says, "All I wanted to do was dance."
Toadman did nothing wrong. He's a cute and beautiful boy who just wants to dance.
I support Toadman and his desire to dance.
I do too. He's infamous for being the easiest boss in all of Mega Man history. Because, I mean, I think he's programmed literally to just jump when you shoot. So a lot of people fight him first casually because if you just fire the button, like as you can see, watch. Look at this. Why was he made like this? Why? Look at him. It's so sad. There's nothing he can do but dance until he dies. This is my existence as well. I feel his pain.
To be fair, we already learned about dancing earlier from Speaking Simulator, and this is basically about on par with that level of dancing.
He's like, if I keep doing this, I'll win. Oh. Poor human robot toad friend. Look at Tango, though! We didn't point out Tango earlier. Tango's beautiful as well.
I'm in support of any game that has cats, like, by default.
I think any time in my life that I can think about cats, I'm glad. So, like, anything that happens that makes me think of them is fine. Like, yeah, this is good.
Yes. Cats are proof that there is good in the world.
Yes. Like, I love that one picture that's like, in ancient Egypt, cats used to be worshipped as deities. They have not forgotten this.
No.
Like,
Never.
they're like, you guys had it right the first time.
Oh yeah, like relate to that, it's like the difference between like how a dog thinks and how a cat thinks, where a dog's just like, oh, people are amazing, they got like houses, they got food, oh, they're awesome, they must be like gods. A cat's just like, ah, humans, they provide me with shelter and food, clearly I must be a god.
Yes, exactly. Yes, 100%. Oh, man.
Also, yes to Cats the Musical, and yes to Cats the Speedrunner. They are also proof that the world is good. Whatever, come at me. I like Cats the Musical. So what?
Can't go wrong. Oh, goodness. So, this stage is awful and infamous for being awful, like Drillman's stage. This particular screen that we're seeing is famous for being a run killer. There's ice physics, there's these skeleton joes throwing all these bones everywhere, these guys jumping out of the pits. In order to get through it, you have to have really precise movement, and any small mistake can just take you out. So it's a very treacherous stage. I'd say this stage and the one following it are two of like the biggest nail-biter stages where you're just like, man, I just want to make it through these stages. So tough stuff to do, especially a Buster only, where it's no joke. But and these Slinkies too. Okay, so they look like a little like dinky doofus enemy. I mean, it's a Slinky, but they do a ton of damage. They hurt you bad, and they take a lot of damage. So, but we're gonna push on through. Sorry, I'm like looking at chat. There's a bunch of cat stuff happening.
Should be.
All is right in the world. This is how it.
Absolutely.
Ever seen that one cat on YouTube that has the really deep voice, and it's like Mao? That's one of my favorite cats.
I love the little like viral video of the cat that's like barking, and then like when like the camera person gets closer to the cat like looks back, like it goes from like going like bark 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 to meow meow meow.
Like, oops, you caught me.
Whoops.
Yeah, you're not supposed to see that.
My deception is revealed.
Exactly. Yes, that's so funny. I love videos too where they put Snapchat filters on cats. Like the camera detects them as like having a human face and throws it on theirs anyway. It's like so ridiculous.
That is technology working as intended.
Yeah. Yes. Like, see, it's stuff like that where I'm like, this is alright. There's a lot of goofy stuff happening in the world, but this is... Sometimes stuff like this happens. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is... Oh, I didn't even think about this screen, Buster only. This screen is already such a pain in any percent. I can't even imagine having to do it, like, developer intended with the ladders. Like, that's unfortunate. But... making it through, no problem, even though that's very, very tight movement. Like, even casually, there's a lot of waiting there and holding on to very specifically grab the ladders. Yeah, developer-intended strats. Boo! Oh, man. That's how it's funny, I love watching Buster-only runners play, though, like, during their runs, because they always just talk smack about all the weapons and stuff. They're always like, oh, you mean those bugs that they never patched out? And I'm like, oh, jeez. This is Moth Raya. It is famous for being very annoying. Very small hitbox on that little orb. So you have to play very carefully to get your shots in there, and it'll destroy the floor as you fight it. Explain Super Mario 64. That's a. I used to take the cartridge like a little bit out while I played as a kid, just to make it look like a YouTube poop of a show of a game. It was like that. Oh man, those videos of Mario 64. I can't remember the name. Trust me, it's hilarious and was worth bringing up, even vaguely. All right, that's how funny it is. That's how powerful it is. You don't even need to know what it actually is.
You can just imagine what it is.
Yes, take it on my word. That's hilarious, and just laugh. Suddenly, just generate mirth in your heart at the idea of how funny it is. There you go. See, exactly. Humor's a mind state. It's not
exactly.
Oh no! The Tango Jet is a finicky weapon. Yeah, please laugh. Shove to get it. That's my strategy though with my jokes. Is I just keep making them. Like maybe 3 or miss. You know, I find that people tend to hold on to the ones that are funny, not the ones that are like awful, because they're not funny, so they just don't remember them. But they remember the funny ones. So you just gotta keep saying dumb stuff all the time.
Something will stick.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
You're just gonna throw that comedy spaghetti against the kitchen wall.
Yes, and sometimes you just gotta jump in. Sometimes you don't even have to have a joke ready. You just gotta be like, there's a joke here, I just gotta start talking and my brain will figure it out. But then it doesn't figure it out sometimes, and you're just like, oops. You're like, well, there was a joke cooking up there, but nothing, sorry. I got nothing. Mom, spaghetti. Oh. All the times I wasn't funny, it was them that I carried you, like the little poster. Oh my goodness. Yes. You know what's funny to me is when people say, "Uh-oh, are we having?" Oh, okay. I thought, oh, ammo. We're getting ammo for Rush Jet or Tango Jet. I was like, oh no. I thought maybe like a controller died or something. I was like, oh no. But unfortunately, you do need Tango Jet ammo. You have to laugh or I will cry. Enjoy yourself! Just yelling.
No, that would be like how I would do like stand-up comedy. It's like, hi, I'm here to tell a joke. If you don't think it's funny, I'm just gonna break down crying.
If you don't laugh, it's fine. I'll just never tell jokes again. So, as long as you just know that already. Like, people make... This is a tangent, but why... Put up another stream too,
okay.
Where I can see if
yeah.
it's just us. I think it might be just us. Let me click another one here. Here's ESA. Yep.
Oh, might be back.
Yeah, it's looking good.
We're okay.
At least for me. Yeah, everyone else is. Looks like people are saying here too. Devu's here. Ooh, that little stinker.
People are saying that they're seeing us, that they're hearing us. You at least want to be seeing the game. Whether or not you want to hear us, for debate.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Like, everyone's on mute anyway, and we're, like, over here just laughing to ourselves, so, like, everyone's like, I don't want to hear that. We're over here just, like, having a good old party. It's funny. Hello, chat, we are back with the goofs. Speaking of goofs, Square Machine is a big old goof. Here's another Toad original. Don't steal. Square Machine's a real square. Oh. Sorry. I felt sick just saying that. I felt illness in my stomach. It wasn't good.
That's your body rejecting the joke.
Yes, that's what a lot of my jokes feel like. It feels like I'm like puking. It's horrible to say. It's a similar nature, similar sensation and feeling.
Chat is asking us to test to make sure that we are back with a dad joke. So.
Oh, I got one. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You go first, and I'll go second.
Okay, are you ready for this? Okay.
Yes.
I entered 10 puns into a pun contest, hoping that one would win, but no pun intended. Isn't that powerful? It's like the final boss. The joke, the punchline itself is like no pun intended. Like, it's like the power ultra pun.
Of this. Toad, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
I did not.
It's got great food, but no atmosphere.
Great. Oh. I'm really feeling the gravity of that joke. Here we go.
I'm sorry, Amethyst, but I'm really not.
My life is suffering. My existence is suffering right now. All of it. The mathematician afraid of negative numbers should stop at nothing to avoid them. Oh, because of... Okay. Math. See, that almost went over my head because I'm totally no good at no numbers, man. I'm bad at math. It's not good, dude. I need to study.
I was good at math at one point. I was actually on a math team in high school, but I think they kind of only let me on because I was the person who knew how to make, like, t-shirts, and so I helped make t-shirts for everybody. And we all had, like, different, like, team numbers that were all, like, just silly math jokes. So I was, square root of -1 was my, was my team number.
See, that one does go over my head. You'd have to explain when it's funny.
It's the imaginary number. It doesn't actually exist.
Oh, okay. See, I was confused in school when they started talking about numbers being imaginary. I'm like, wait, I thought that wasn't allowed in science. I thought things aren't allowed to be imaginary. I thought I couldn't just say dragons are real. Everyone said I was crazy. It's not fair. Blastfix is here! Hi, Blastfix.
Also,
She's Dr. Light in real life. She's saving the world with robots. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just really like a Enchantress of Numbers joke, which is, why do chicken coops have 2 doors? Because if they had 4 doors, then they'd be chicken sedans.
Oh, I missed that one. Oh, that's really good. That's pretty good. I imagine they're every bit as real. See, it's just math is crazy. Numbers are crazy. I'm perfectly fine with all of my skills basically being a silly human and somehow that carrying me in life. Like, that's good enough for most people that have actual skills to take care of me.
See, I appreciate everyone coming in with, like, math is overrated. You know, math is just a social construct. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Math isn't real. It can't hurt you. This is the cockroach. These are the cockroach twins. They're not cool. We don't like them. They're annoying.
Why are they called cockroach twins?
I don't know.
They don't look like...
I know. I guess Little Stompy Guy twins was just not... Was too much of a mouthful.
I definitely prefer little stompy guy twins.
I do too. It's so much more endearing. Like...
Yeah, they're just cute little stompy guys.
We found a bug in the game! Oh, bam.
Oh, no! No! You're not allowed to ban Margie.
Like, careful, Toad. Like, you're like, I like you, but be careful. Like that one part. No, I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones. Like, oh, yeah, like you don't overstay your welcome. You can't be banning people like that. No. Oh, big stompy guys. There's little stompy guys, big stompy guys. Everything in this game is trying to stomp you. It's no good. Please no ban. You're the one with the sword. I talk a big game for a human with no sword.
I mean, we at least got a Buster. That helps.
Yes.
But it's not a Buster sword.
No, a Buster sword. Okay, now we're talking. That's like some... That made me think of Gunblades, like from Final Fantasy, but like the Mega Man version. Okay, heading to DeviantArt. OC, do not steal. This is... Buster sword is mine.
That has to exist. Well, I mean, like, isn't that like Zero's got a sword?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious to try to copyright things that are obviously like. Friendship is my idea, original idea, do not steal. Camaraderie is mine, pay me. Oh. This is my OC, Blue Justice Child, do not steal. Oh goodness. So this is Dr. Cossack. So interestingly enough about Mega Man 4, this was the first Mega Man game where Dr. Wily was not in the game as a boss, which is actually really good because it would have set this precedent of having him as every boss for every game ever. So it's really cool of them that they decided to do something else. Oh no, we got blowed up. I gotta say though, like one time I was in a chat where someone was watching and they did like, they were genuinely believed that Cossack was gonna be the final boss, and they're like, "Wow, it's so cool that it's not Wily," and I just took him for a ride with it. I just was like, "Yeah, it's totally great. The developers, blah blah." Like I just like spun this whole story, like because I just wanted the like twist to be so strong for them, because I was like, this game came out in '91 and they're like one of the only humans I know that doesn't know. So I just wanted to like really make it huge, and then like it was Wily, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yes!" I'm so glad that someone got to have that reaction to this game in 2020.
I do have like a question. So I know the Mega Man lores only vaguely because it's my brother who's the fan of these games. Can you explain to me though, like it's Mega Man 2, I believe, where just Wily just becomes an alien? Like what's going on there?
I think what happened is that things were going bad for Wily, and he was like, you know, it'd be cool, an alien robot. That'd really shake him up. That'd just scare the crap out of him. Yeah, we're doing an alien. And so he brought out the alien at the end, and it did not work at all. And Wily's like, oh man, guess I better do this for 10 more games. And that's what happened, I guess. He's not really an alien. He's like a robot alien he's controlling. That's just my headcanon. It's just Wily's a doofus trying to, like, he's like the there's this show where the bad guy is like after the bad guy loses to the good guy, the bad guy's like, "We are no longer friends." And the good guy's like, "We were never friends." And I feel like that's what Wily's like with Mega Man. Like he loses, like, "We are no longer friends." And Mega Man's like, "What's wrong with you, dude?" Like,
I am appreciating the rich and beautiful headcanon you are building for us.
Mega Man universe is hilarious in Toadland. I play this game a lot. You have a lot of time to think and a lot of time to reflect. I did most of my best personal growth resetting this game. Like, just contemplative resetting for hours. Oh, goodness.
Thank
It's
you
actually
for
me, Wily.
thank you for bringing us on this journey with you.
Yeah. You all have to suffer too through Mega Man 4. It changes you. I was a reasonable human before this. Yes. Oh goodness. You feel yourself grow. I grow stronger.
Everyone gets to learn from your mistakes. So
Yes,
it is great.
I am glad to err for the world to see, and that the world may be a better place through my folly. Oh goodness. So props to DMQ for making it through those Yoku block rooms. Oh, here's a joke. You ready for this? This is a good Mega Man joke.
Okay.
All right, so those blocks that you have to jump on the disappearing ones, they're called Yoku blocks. At one time when I was playing, someone was like those are actually called Kozu blocks. And I was like, Kozu blocks? I've never heard of that. And then they said, "'Cause you always falling off of them." And I was like, oh! Busted. And just straight rocked my brain with that one. So that's a classic. I love it. They spelled it K-O-Z-U too. Cozy always falling off them. So that boss that we just were messing with, that is Met Daddy. That is its real name. And Met Daddy is not being nice to us today. He can basically just jump and shake the floor and you can't move, which is awful. And he has those little Met babies that are hanging out with him all the time. And they're actually very useful to have there in the fight, because if you deboost off of them versus Met Daddy himself, you save some health to get the iframes. I guess we met Daddy. Oh! I have to go to the bathroom off that one. I'll be right back. Dear.
Chat asking, did we break the commentary, people? Not like assuming that we weren't already broken.
Yeah. You cannot break what is already broken. Gotta say it in the Batman. You cannot break what is already broken. Yes. Or I can do a really good Jigglypuff and Pikachu. Or I can do a good Kirby. Are you ready for this? Hold on.
Okay.
Hi.
That was
Like
actually legit.
I know, right? Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. Not bad.
Hi, I'm Toad. Nice to meet.
Wait, I could do which is almost like in the same range.
Yeah, yeah.
Poyo.
Yeah.
Just why am I like this? Who made me this way?
Oh, goodness. End me now. Seriously. Oh, so we got Met Daddy. Yay! Met Daddy's the worst. Met Daddy is the guy that's like, what were you saying? Or the steak dad. Met Daddy comes in, he's like, well, if it isn't the Goofus Squad. And you're like, Met Daddy, get out of here. Stop razzing me. Trying to play Smash Brothers with my friends. And they're like, I ate all the Doritos. Did you come in here just to tell me that? I wasn't even trying to eat them. You just came in here to make me upset? Oh, sorry, son. That's the kind of dad that he is. He eats all your chips and comes to tell you about it.
I'm about to like Toad, like how did Met Daddy hurt you?
He ate all the Doritos.
He ate all the Wait. So this is definitely a running joke from other marathons I've been on. What is the best flavor of Dorito?
Oh goodness. Oh man. I'm pretty basic. I might have to just go with the regular ones. The nacho ones, right? Nacho
Okay,
cheese ones.
nacho cheese.
I'm
definitely
my palate for Doritos is not very expansive. I haven't had a lot of cool, crazy Doritos yet in my life.
I mean, there are like a decent amount. Like, apparently at one time there was like wings and blue cheese, and I've like I kind of want to try those.
Mmm, blue cheese. I liked how Pringles got crazy with chips. I had pizza Pringles, and those were pretty good.
I mean, Lay's has done a bunch of those like really unique flavor ones.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last few years. I did get to try the bacon ones and the chicken and waffles ones.
Ooh.
But that was definitely an experience because they're kind of savory, kind of sweet at the same time.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to power up and eat some crazy foods in my life. I keep wanting to do like a thing where I'm like, someone challenged me to eat a hot pepper, and they're like, Toad, no one wants you to eat a hot pepper. Why? You sound like you want to eat one. Just eat one. I'm like, no, someone has to dare me to do it.
I need to be able to take that responsibility and shove it onto someone else.
Exactly. I need to like just make someone dare me to do it, and then afterward be like, why did you dare me to do this? Like crying like on the floor. They're like, you asked me to do it. Like, it's your fault. Like, eat a ghost pepper? Okay, here we go. All right then. See, that's all it took was to just do this.
All of chat apparently wants you to eat the hot peppers now.
I guess I have to. Oh goodness. I
Well,
never
good luck
wanted
with that.
to, but I guess it came to this.
Good luck bringing this evil upon yourself.
Yeah. Just can you imagine if I had one right now, like the VOD for this run? DMQ's like trying to show their family, and it's just me like, here's the ghost pepper, like all crazy. They're like, sorry mom, sorry dad.
I mean, we've kind of already got there.
Yeah.
We're kind of already there.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Ghost peppers, yeah, let's do it. Hollow's here. Uh-oh, who told on me? Hollow came to take me home by my ear, drag me home for causing a ruckus. Can't go nowhere. You told on me? Let's see.
can't get away with anything.
Pulling out a pepper he had saved just for this. Wow, can't believe you guys are making me do this. Exactly. Exactly. That's where I'm at with that. Please help, he's making Kirby noises. But it's fine. So yeah, that's how we do. Whenever my daughter has her friends around, I need to be like, hi guys, and just act like it's totally normal to talk like that. And then like when she gets like legitimately upset, be like,
What are you trying to say?
like
Is this a problem that I can't do? And let your friends come over and drive you in my car? Is that what this is?
yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm the best.
You're the best at being the worst.
Yes, that's my special skill in life. That's why I'm a toad, is that I'm like cute but gross. That's my jam. I'm like cute but awful.
Can you also do like the toad voice?
Like, wow, or whatever he does. I can do it like he has laryngitis, I guess.
No! Now I feel bad for poor Amethyst. Having to be in here trying to balance this.
I'm sorry, but I'm trying to think about any other voices I can do. Man, total laryngitis is like.
No, you just went straight to Gollum. That was the last game.
So horrible. It shouldn't be like this. Why did you guys invite me? That was Gollum, yeah. No process. We have a story about the Precious. When we needed an NES at GDQ for Hollow to play on, she had a friend that donated an old top loader, and we called it. We had to take really good care of it, so we called it the Precious. And so we would just refer to it as the Precious. And it stuck. At first it was a joke, but then we'd be like, "Hey, has anybody seen the Precious? Where's the Precious?" at? just normalized it completely.
You need to get one of those people who do like the really cool console paint jobs to give it like a beautiful precious paint job.
Yes.
That'd be so cool.
Draw a little golem on it.
Yeah.
My precious. Precious. So I used to sell cell phones, unfortunately. So I used to do that, but parents would bring in their kids, and man, I was a hit. I love entertaining kids. Super easy audience. I can just do the most basic jokes, and they're all about it. So what is Tango doing? Oh, it was Diver. Oh my gosh, I was like, is Tango broken? The DMQ was on Diver. I see. But I used to just play it up with these kids. I used to just when I would do the voice thing, like the Jigglypuff voice, I would act like I was turning a thing for a toy in my neck. I'd be like, hold on, I have to prep, and I would make it this huge ceremonious thing, like I was changing my throat, and the kid would be like, oh, and then I'd be like, oh, and they'd be like, oh, just lose their mind. Entertained. Like us. I mean, yes. Thanks, guys. Can I do the Jigglypuff song? Probably. I haven't done it in a while.
Gotta tune up your throat first.
I know, right? Yeah, I gotta do the whole thing. Just the whole thing. And then I can do that trick where you pull your thumb off, the little hand trick. I did that for this little girl, and she was like, you need to be on America's Got Talent. And I was like, oh, sweet, you're the best. You're the best human in my life. You're the most encouraging soul. Yes.
That's adorable and sweet.
I know. It was the best. I can try Jigglypuff song. Let me see. I do let me drink some water though, actually, for real. Or some of this
Remember to hydrate, y'all.
Gotta get the pipes going. I did it at GDQ. Yeah, it's good. It's not scary. Question mark. I think maybe it is. All right, I'll check. Hold on. Okay. That's actually kind of hard. I had to focus harder than I thought I would to try to do. Juice boxes and Doritos. Yeah, we're partying now.
I don't know if I could do the Jigglypuff song, because I mean, I guess the Yoshi voice isn't too far.
I can do
I don't quite got it.
I don't know how that's my range. Like, I mean, yeah, that's solid.
All right.
Yeah, woo! Just
This
the
is
guy in the back.
this is totally what people have come here for.
This is what it's all about.
Yes.
These are the jokes. We got a book coming out. That's how I say that for some reason whenever like I'm making jokes. I'm like, I got a book coming out. Like,
What would your book be about if you were to put out a book?
it's just why am I like this? The book.
Why am I like this by Looking Toad?
Yes, exactly.
You can pick it up wherever books are sold.
Yes, exactly. You can pick it up somewhere where someone has dropped it, probably. Is where you can pick it up.
Yes, thank you for coming to my Toad Talk.
Yes, that's actually a command in my chat that someone made. It might have even been Blastfix, because I have been known to wax poetic about random whatevers for like an hour or something. It was Keytar? Okay, Keytar, yeah, if you hit exclamation Toad Talk in my chat, it comes up with a parody logo of the TED Talk, but it just says Toad Talk.
That's
like,
that's awesome.
yeah, just because I'm famous for just blabbing forever about strange and mysterious things. So, yeah, that's the thing. Entering refights now. Mega Man games are famous for making you fight all the guys you already fought all over again, so that's what we're gonna do in the boss rush. This song's pretty good. That boss look brutal? Yes. Taco Trash is a frustrating boss to get the hang of. You can get there with pretty low health because there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong in the stage, so it can be pretty dicey. So here we're heading into Drill. Drill's gonna do the same old goofs he always does, where if he dies it wastes 4 seconds. You always get a dive at the beginning, and hopefully we'll get some good action here. Okay, walking is good. Jumping is good. You can either walk or jump, nice. When he starts walking too, he'll walk all the way to the wall that he's walking towards. So far we're getting some really good luck. Really good luck, just walking and blowing missiles all over the place like a jerk. Ah, the disrespect from Drill. Some really good luck off of the no dives, but man, it can be when he's just coming down on you with those drills. It goes a lot faster when you're using his weakness on him, so fighting him with Buster is very difficult. And also the potential to lose time is a lot higher because he can just dive like a lot. Yeah, there's a lot more opportunities for him to dive just because the fight's going longer than if you were using the weapon that is good against him. So he's just stomping on across the floor and shooting those drills. By the way, the drill has a really good sound to it, and I love it. It's like, it's like one of the best sound effects, I think, in the game. Pretty pleasant.
What other Mega Man sound effects would you like to recreate for us?
Well, the drill one's pretty good. That's a really good one. What else is good? Oh, in the song for this stage, there's a part in the song where it goes, and that's my best sound I can make for that. That one just sounds good. Trying to think about what else. Oh, the sound we're gonna hear. Oh no, we're not gonna hear it because it's Buster all day. But if you use Ring on the boss here, it makes this like really horrible like nails on a chalkboard sound. Everyone hates it, but I like it. It's bad. It's like when you have to be like, I like the way skunks smell and feet or something. I don't know. like that's like the audio version of that because everyone hates that sound except me. I'm like,
we're learning so much about you right now.
I'm glad. Yeah, it's a good sound. We're gonna say it's good.
Oh, it does sound like a Kevin block. You're right. That's for Celeste coming up.
The Kevin block? That's
yeah.
Wait, is it from Celeste?
Yeah.
What is the? Maybe
it's the blocks, and like when you like latch onto them, they kind of like rumble at you.
Oh.
And they're called Kevin blocks after the name of the sound tech who like did the little voice clip for them.
Oh, okay. It's cool. It goes. Good.
I think my favorite like silly thing I know about Celeste is that they actually recorded like separate like sounds for when the Kevin blocks are underwater.
Oh, that's cool. Celeste is such a cool game. They did a real good job.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little game.
I love too that there's like this new wave of games that are like oriented around like cool mental health stuff, like mental health strategies and like coping with anxiety and trauma and stuff like that. And I feel like Celeste has a lot of really good characterization of somebody going through loss and grief and trauma and feelings of inadequacy and learning to cope with that. Like the visual metaphor of like her like accepting her dark side and all that is really cool. So it's really neat. I feel like you see that in a lot of games these days, where a lot of that subject matter is about like being okay with hard things, which is cool.
I think a lot of that is that also with indie games becoming like more and more prevalent and more people are out there developing, we're going to get more of those stories, which is important. There should be lots and lots of different stories out there, because there's lots of people who have great stories to tell, and there's lots of people who appreciate the stories that they do have to tell.
Yeah, for sure.
Suddenly, everything became serious.
No, that is also the thing that I am known to do. Like, someone will be like, say something slightly offhand that's related to something I'm into, and I'm like, by the way, the power of meditation in terms of introspection for developing your mind and creating the objective listener's self versus blah 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 blah, and then it just goes downhill from there, and that's when people are spamming the Toad Talk graphics. Because I'll just be ranting about all this stuff I'm into, and so yeah, I run the line between like, hey guys, butts, lol, and like, have you ever thought about life though, really? like just right in the middle of that zone.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with embracing the beauty of life in all its forms.
I agree completely. I had a psych teacher actually say something really neat. He said that he felt like life was about the appreciation of beauty, and what he meant by that wasn't just like the traditional sense of beauty or whatever that we think of it, but more as terms of like being able to appreciate things in general. And he said that like how someone might be really into like crocheting, like the world and universe of crocheting to them is beautiful. Like they put time into it, they develop skill and self-mastery in it, and so that's where they found that beauty. So he gave me the advice of anytime you can try to expand your ability to appreciate beauty or listen to somebody that has found beauty in something that you haven't found yet. He's like, take that opportunity. And I really like that as a just kind of like a mindset for going into the world in terms of experiencing new things, you know, because you just kind of go in thinking, what can I do to see how this is cool versus like, how can I anticipate it being bad?
Well, I mean, crochet is definitely an interesting subject matter to kind of do with that, because crochet, like in and of itself, is a relatively simple craft, because it's usually it's just like a single, or if you're working with like multiple colors, you know, maybe just like a couple colors of yarn, and it is the action that you put into crochet that actually puts it together and makes it into, you know, whatever you're working on, be it like a scarf, a pot holder, or my partner is actually does a lot of crochet, and they create like the most like gorgeous crochet soft sculptures of chocobos. It's like they're all like really fantastic, but it's one of those things where it's more so about the effort that you put into it than any of the individual components. That kind of makes sense. And that's like that's definitely a good way to, like, if you're talking about like finding beauty in like small things, that's a good way to find beauty in something, you know, small. Is to find it like in a crochet loop.
That's cool. I dig it. Like I love things like that too, where like it is like, it's like a matter of effort and like a labor of love, or like taking these components that are accessible to everybody and like finding a way to put yourself into it. And I think even stuff like speedrunning or like anything really, like you can say, well, what am I about? Like, what's important to me? Like, what kind of message do I carry with me? And then like, how can I put that into what I do or whatever? And I guess that's not exactly the same as like putting effort into like a craft necessarily in terms of like sitting and doing a thing, but in terms of what you create, I suppose it could be. But I think that it is really cool that we have that ability to connect over like a common ground creativity, but then, you know, it's really unique, like, to see what you get, like, based
Very-
on the person.
Very quickly, are we coming up on the end of the game?
Yes! Sorry, we are.
Because you will probably have to be the one to call time.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, we are. This is actually the last boss coming up. We got DMQ taking out Wily Machine, heading out of 8 refights, and we're going to be going into Capsule. Capsule's pretty annoying, and we're going to have to switch off Buster for this, because it's actually immune to Buster. It can only be hurt by Pharaoh and Ring. And so DMQ's going to pop over to Pharaoh and hopefully just take Capsule on out. Capsule's not too hard to do when you're familiar with the way Capsule works. Capsule's like just a game of whack-a-mole. It can appear at fixed locations. There's about like 9 of them, I think, or so. And they're all the same. So basically you just have to pay attention to where Wily will appear, hit him while he's there, and then try to hit him again when you can. So we'll hopefully get them all taken out. And I just want to say real quick, thanks so much for having me, you guys. This has been awesome, and props to DMQ, and yeah, this is awesome. Thank you. I feel very lucky to have been able to come and hang.
It's been fabulous to have you, trust me. I've also been like, thank you all for having me, even though you all have heard me host before, and you know what my hosting style is like. That's fine.
No, it was fun. It was really good. It was a really good time. Lots of goofs, lots of laughs, lots of Mega Man. It was a good old time. And that's it. Time. GG DMQ. Everlasting peace is ensured again, at least until Wily decides to do what he does. Wily's hilarious though. By the 6th game, his disguise is literally a cape and sunglasses. Like, he doesn't even try. Like, the villain has the same motivations and everything as his own self. So it's like, why did he... No, it was good. Woo! GG. Buster Only's tough. Buster Only's a tough category, and it's a hard game. So.
Yeah, it's a really hard game.
GG. Well, we did it. Good job, Roll. And you have the English Roll, Chan. I didn't even know that was a thing. I finally now know what is being said during the Cossack part.
Yeah. That was a roller coaster. Very costly deaths of not used to being without a balloon.
Yeah, not having balloon is a bummer. You pulled it off well though. You had a lot of really good saves too though. Like, there was a lot of moments where I was like, oh no, like for sure that you were gonna die, and then you just like turned it around really well. So it was pretty cool.
Thanks. Sometimes having a panic attack works out, sometimes it don't.
Yeah. Sometimes all you do is just ride that wave, I guess, right? You're like, well, this is happening, and like, and then you just do what you do. And you did do what you did, and it was great, and we're all super pleased. GG.
Yeah, GG.
Well, thank you guys. Before I go, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who is organizing this first and foremost. All the runners before me that done a great job. Looking Toad for taking his time out for him to commentate for me, and everybody after me. You guys got this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you again for having me. I said it earlier, but this was a blast. I am super pleased, and I won't say too much more other than ditto to DMQ, and thank you. It was awesome.
Thank you all so much for sharing Roll Chan 4 with us, for sharing a lot of laughs and a lot of interesting observations about life.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will be up next. We are going to have, I'm making absolutely sure what we got next. We got Mario Paint Music Percent with Must Be Tuesday music. Y'all stay tuned for that. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And stay tuned, get nice and cozy as we have more Undefined Behavior.